Hello friends, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome back once again on the YouTube channel of Career Launcher. Friends, I am Gaurav Gupta and I am one of the mentors with Career Launcher and I've been mentoring students since last 17 years. I've worked with almost every national level institute and right now at present I will be helping all the students who are preparing for CAT 2024 through these sessions which we are conducting on the YouTube channel. All these sessions will be available to all of you in the live format as well as a recorded format, right? So I'll be helping all of you to prepare for CAT 2024, especially for the sections of LRDI and quantitative aptitude. So friends, a very warm welcome to all of you. Please quickly confirm by writing something in the chat box if I'm clearly visible and audible to each and every one of you so that we can begin this session and start understanding the basics of data interpretation. So please do write something in the chat box. I must tell you one thing that if you want to write something in the chat box, for that you will have to first of all subscribe to our channel, right? So you can ask me questions related to your preparation of CAT 2024 or CAT 2025 or other management entrance examinations, right? So you can ask me any random question. I'll be answering to all those things once we are done with the discussion on the basics of data interpretation, right? So meanwhile, please write something in the chat box and confirm that if I'm clearly visible and audible to each and every one of you. Good afternoon, Shreyansh. A very good afternoon to everyone. So please do write something so that I can begin this session. All right, so Shreyansh, I hope I'm clearly visible and audible. All right, so friends, let's begin. Now, basics of data interpretation. What are we going to discuss in this session? Now, since this is the beginning of our sessions on the YouTube channel of Career Launcher, now I have decided to take up things like initially I've decided to take up things lightly, wherein in this session or in the sessions, in the series of sessions which we have planned to be conducted at 3 p.m., right? Now the timing is going to change soon. So timing will be 1 p.m., right? So at this point in time, we'll start with the basics of each and everything. We'll start with the very basics and slowly and gradually, we will raise the level of difficulty. Now, in this series of sessions, I'll be discussing different type of questions that you may see in CAT examination as well as other management entrance examinations. So the focus will be definitely on CAT as well as the other management entrance examinations like Symbiosis, Narsi Munji, MHCT, ZAT, and so on and so forth, right? So not only will be discussing, not only will be focusing for the preparation of CAT examination, but our agenda will also be to look at the questions of logical reasoning and data interpretation, which comes in non-CAT examination. I'm pretty sure that a lot of you must be targeting different examinations other than CAT as well. So we need to be prepared with each and everything, right? Now, there is a huge difference between the type of questions as well as the level of difficulty that you will see in the questions of CAT and non-CAT examinations. Now, if you will focus only on the type of questions that comes up in CAT examination, then it will be difficult for you to perform good in the logical reasoning and data interpretation section of other examinations, especially SNAP and Narsi Munji. All right. So from these sessions, you will get to understand what is the level of difficulty and what are the different type of questions that you may get in non-CAT examinations, right? So friends, to start with, in today's session, I will show you different ways in which the data can be given to us when they are asking the question on data interpretation. So data interpretation, the basic format of the questions of data interpretation will be some data is given to us, probably in the form of a table, a bar graph, a line chart, or a pie chart, right? So generally, these are the four different ways in which data is given to us. Now, other than this, there can be a spider chart. There can be the data can be given in the form of mixed charts, histograms, and so on and so forth. There are triangular charts as well. But as the basic, we will be looking at the 4 basic type of data: tabular data, pie chart, line graph, and bar graph, right? So in today's session, I have on each of the different ways in which data can be given, and we'll solve 1 or 2 questions on each of these sets, and we'll understand the not the intensity of the level of difficulty. So today, please do not look at the level of difficulty, but look at the different ways in which the data can be given to us and how to handle this data. All right, so friends, let's start solving. There's one question related to this only. Have a look at this question, try to interpret the data that is given to us, and then answer the question that follows. So question says that the following table shows the courier charges in rupees for sending 1 kg parcel from city 1 to another city. All right. Now you can have a look at the table, read the question that is given below the table, and then answer the question. You are given 4 options. Harsh and Abhi, good afternoon to both of you. Now the students who really struggle in data interpretation, for those kind of students, these sessions will be very beneficial. All right. So if you don't understand the basics of data interpretation, if you are unable to solve those difficult level questions that comes up in CAT, right? So this is the right way to start. Okay, so अगर difficult type के questions नहीं solve कर पा रहे हो, that means foundation में कुछ गड़बड़ है. Foundation में गड़बड़ है. That is why I'm helping you in building up your foundation. Okay, so the following table shows the courier charges for sending 1 kg parcel from one city to another. Now, Meenakshi, the first one to give an answer. Very good, Meenakshi. Latasha, Shiva, Shreyansh, all of you have given the answer. So let's understand how to interpret this table that is given to us. Okay, अब यहाँ पे given क्या है? The table shows the courier charges of sending 1 kg parcel from one city to another city, right? So if let's say if I want to send a courier between Ahmedabad and Mumbai, for instance. So Ahmedabad and Mumbai, the value will be 10. Okay, so it is Ahmedabad to Mumbai or it is Mumbai to Ahmedabad. In both cases, the charges will be rupees 10. Okay, so you can observe one thing, that if you draw a diagonal here, then the values above this diagonal and the values below this diagonal, they are same. Okay, so this value and this value is same. It represents that the courier charges between Ahmedabad and Mumbai will be 10 rupees. Okay, irrespective of the direction in which the courier is going. So Ahmedabad to Mumbai, the charges are rupees 10, or Mumbai to Ahmedabad, again it is rupees 10, right? Similarly, I'll take one more example. So if I want to send a parcel from Bangalore to Jaipur, okay, so this is Bangalore and this is Jaipur. So Bangalore to Jaipur, it is rupees 10, right? Now in another direction, if I want to send it from Jaipur to Bangalore, again it is rupees 10, right? So like I said that if I draw the diagonal, then the values above diagonal are mirror images of the values below the diagonal, right? So in both cases, the values will be same irrespective of the direction. Now you need to understand one more thing, that these values may differ. Okay, इस वाली table में the values are same. So this table says that if you will send the package from Ahmedabad to Mumbai or from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, in both cases you will have to pay rupees 10. But in your actual examination, they may give different values. Okay, so you can say that the charges for sending the courier from Ahmedabad to Mumbai and from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, these two charges may differ, right? So don't go with the presets, don't go in the examination with the thought that the values should be same. So study the table properly and then try and answer the question, right? Okay, now let's have a look at the question. Now, since we have understood what is given in the table, okay, so friends, understand one thing, through these sessions, My point is not only to discuss these questions, my agenda will be to discuss it in general. Okay, so I'm not discussing particular questions. I'll be basically helping you in building up your foundation. Okay, right? Okay, so Shripati Jha, I will be more clear. Yes, I'll explain it once again. So Shripati, if let's say in this table or according to this table, if you want to send a courier from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, then you will have to pay rupees 10, right? So horizontally look at Ahmedabad and vertically look at Mumbai. Okay, wherever these two like row and column, wherever they will meet, that will be the value. Okay, now if in other direction, if I want to look, let's say I want to send the package from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. Again, here the value is 10. So I am saying that Ahmedabad to Mumbai or Mumbai to Ahmedabad, if you will send the package in any direction, according to this table, you will have to pay the same charges, that is rupees 10. Okay. In actual examination, these values may differ. So instead of this 10, they may give you 12 as well. Right? So examination में ऐसा हो सकता है. So please do not assume that कि अगर अहमदाबाद से मुंबई के charges 10 rupees हैं, so मुंबई से अहमदाबाद के भी charges 10 rupees होने चाहिए. It can be a different value. It may be a different value in the actual examination. Right? So what I'm saying is, while solving these questions, it is very important to analyze, to read whatever data is given to us completely. Okay, so complete data read karo, do not assume anything. All right, now let's work on this question. Question says that among the following, the charges will be the least for sending a parcel. Okay, so least charges find out करना है कौन से वाले केस में होगा. So in the first case, Ahmedabad to Jaipur. So Ahmedabad to Jaipur, the value is rupees 10. Mumbai and Bangalore. So Mumbai and Bangalore, the value is 25 rupees. Jaipur and Bangalore. So Jaipur and Bangalore, the value is 10 rupees. And finally, Kolkata and Mumbai. Kolkata and Mumbai, the value is 7 rupees. Now, I have to find out which of the following is least. So the correct answer should be option D, that is Kolkata to Mumbai. All right. So a lot of you have already given an answer, a correct answer. So the correct answer is option D, Kolkata to Mumbai. The value, the charges are rupees 7. Right. So friends, this is one way in which the data can be given to us, tabular data. Right. Now let's look at the second way in which the data can be given to us. It's a form of a pie chart. Okay. So have a look at this question. The pie chart is given on the left hand side. Read the question, read the directions, and give me an answer for this one. So the question is, the following pie chart provides information about the revenue share of 6 companies, P, Q, R, S, T, and U, as a percentage of total car market in the year 2010. Okay, so the data given in the pie chart is for the year 2010. Now, next statement is, these are the only 6 companies producing car in the market. If the revenue share of company T increases by 20% in the year 2011, then find the percentage increase in the revenue share of these 6 companies in the year 2011, assuming that all the other companies except T generated the same revenue as they did in the year 2010. Now, there are a lot of important factors that you must understand in this question. I'm not talking about the data, I'm not talking about the pie chart, I am talking about the question. Okay, so first of all, try to give me an answer, and then I'll discuss what all factors are there, what all important factors are there in this question that you must look for while solving the questions like this. All right. Okay, so two answers up till now, Shreyansh and Harsh. Now, in order to solve these questions efficiently, the concepts of percentages and the concepts of ratios, the basic concepts, वो चीजें clearly समझ में आनी चाहिए. Okay, otherwise, like definitely you can answer such questions, but it will take you more amount of time to answer such a question. So if you're good with percentages, if you're good with ratios, then you will not take more than 20 seconds or maybe 30 seconds to answer such questions. All right. Now let's talk about this question. Okay, let's talk about those different elements that I was talking about. Okay, so right now my agenda is not to solve this question. No, I'm not solving this question, but I'm discussing some of the important parameters. Okay, now look at the first paragraph. It says the following pie chart provides information about the revenue share of 6 companies as a percentage of total car market in the year 2010. Now, looking at this information only, okay, looking at this information only, can I say that there are only 6 car companies in the market in the year 2010? I'm not talking about the next statement. Please do not look at the next statement. Okay, just the first sentence, just the first line. Please answer me in yes or no. Using this first sentence, can I say that these are the only 6 car companies in the market in the year 2010? No, I cannot say that, right? Because it is not mentioned. So there may be other companies, there may not be other companies. So it will not be safe to assume that these are the only 6 companies in 2010. Okay. So for this particular question, the next statement, these are the only 6 companies providing car in the market, this becomes very important. Okay. In absence of this line, you will not be able to answer this question. हम इस question का answer ही नहीं कर सकते if there is no clarity that if we have any other company in the market or not, और वो चीज assume भी नहीं कर सकते, right? So there should be some evidence, there should be some statement that should be telling you that these are the only 6 companies of car in the market in the given year. Okay, so first of all, this is the first important statement that you must look for while solving any question of this type. Okay? Now, next thing is, if the revenue share of company T increases by 20% in 2011, then find the percentage increase in the revenue share of the 6 companies, assuming, now this is the second important statement, right? So they are saying that from 2010 till 2011, there is an increase of 20% in the sales of company T. Okay. Now, up till this part, they have not mentioned anything about the other company. So I can say that in absence of this line, agar ye line present nahi hai, if the last statement is not present, then once again you cannot find the answer of this question. हम गलती क्या करते हैं, हम assume कर लेते हैं that if they have given for company T, there is an increase of 20% for company T, and they have not given any information for other company. So we tend to assume that for other companies, there is no change, which is not correct thing to do. Okay. So if something is not given, it cannot be assumed. Simple. Okay. So now they are saying that assuming that all the other companies except T generated the same revenue as they did in the previous year. Okay. So it is given. So now we can go ahead and answer this question. All right. Now the basic way of answering this question is I'll write all the 6 companies starting from P. So P, Q, R, S, T, and U. I'll write their sales in 2010. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll start with an assumption that in 2010, the total sales is equal to 100x. Okay, so I'll start with an assumption that in 2010 the total sales was 100x. Now P is 22%. So 22% of 100x is 22x. Q is 26%. So that is 26x. Similarly, R will become 12x. Then this is 10x, 14x, and 16x. Right? Now, further, they have given that from 2010 to 2011, that means till the next year in 2011, the revenue share of company T increases by 20%. So company T is 14x. Now 14x it increased by 20%. अब इसका 20% कितना होता है? 14 का 20% is 2.8x. All right. So the value of 2011 for this particular company has become 14x plus 2.8x, right? And simultaneously, it is given that the revenue of all the remaining companies remained the same. Okay, all right. So can I say that the total, which was 100x earlier, it increased by only 2.8x, and the new total will be 102.8x because the revenue share of other companies remained the same. Okay, so सबका same है. There is an only increase of 2.8 because of company T. So I can say that the total will also increase by 2.8x. So originally the total was 100x. Now it is 102.8x. So the percentage increase in the total revenue share will be 2.8%. All right. So the correct answer should be option A for this question. All right. So again, this question was easy, but there are some important things that I'm telling you that you need to understand, that you need to take care of while solving this question. Okay. So once again, I'll tell you that in absence of this line, ये जो मैंने cut किया है, or in absence of this last line of the second paragraph, okay, if any of these two lines is not given, the answer will be cannot be determined. Okay, you cannot determine the answer of the question like this. All right. So that was question number 2. Let's quickly move on and look at the next type of data, that is bar graphs. So have a look at this data, read it, and try to, I'll give you the question, okay? And we'll see how to tackle such cases. So let's study this bar graph. So question says that the bar chart given below shows the total members enrolled in different years from 1990 to 1994. So at the bottom of the screen, okay, on the x-axis, you can see the different years. Okay, on the y-axis, you are given the numbers. So number of members enrolled. And they have given the data for two different gymnasiums, Gymnasium A and Gymnasium B. Data of Gymnasium A is shown by blue bar and data of Gymnasium B is shown by red bar. Okay, so we should be able to pick up all these values. So if I look at the data of 1990, Gymnasium A, the value for Gymnasium A. So I'm asking all of you the value of Gymnasium A for the year 1990. Please quickly write it in the chat box. Come on, all of you quickly do that. 1990 का value चाहिए मुझे Gymnasium A का, so वो value कितना होगा? All right, Meghadri, good. Shreyansh, nice. So let's understand how to pick up the values. Okay, as you can see on y-axis, I have the markings 50, 100, 150, and so on. Okay, now let's pick up two consecutive markings, 150 and 100. Now between this, it is divided in how many parts? 5 parts. So 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, and 150. So every small gap is equivalent to a value of 10. Okay, right? So Kasak, is it clear? Okay, you have made a correction. Very good. So every small gap, like two consecutive horizontal lines, they are at a gap of 10. All right. So I can say that for this value of 1990 gymnasium A, the value will be 150, 160, 170. So the value should be 170. All right. So it's very easy to pick up values from this bar graph. So let's have a look at the question. All right. So next question based on this bar graph. Now this is the actual set of MHCT 2018. So I have picked it from the actual paper of Maharashtra CET 2018. So I'm not just giving you the idea behind the type of questions. I'm also showing you the actual questions from the previous year papers. Okay. So in the year 1995, the number of members enrolled in both gymnasiums increased by 30% as compared to 1994. Find the total members enrolled in both gymnasium in the year 1995. All right, Meghadri, good. Again, the first one to give an answer. Now, first of all, if I talk about year 1994, Gymnasium A has how many members? So Gymnasium A, the value comes to this part, okay? So if you'll go horizontally, so Gymnasium A, the number of members is 70. Similarly, Gymnasium B, the number of members, I believe it is 150. Okay, so total number of members in both the gymnasiums together will be 70 plus 150, that is 220, right? Now from 94 to year 1995, there is an increase by 30%. Now 30% of 220 is equal to 66. So the correct answer should be 220 plus 66, that is 286. Okay, so those who have given this answer, option D, 286, all of you are absolutely correct. Okay, so this one was pretty simple. Let's quickly have a look at the next question. Again, the same question based on another question based on the same data. Okay, so the data is same, and now you can see the next question. Find the ratio between the total number of members enrolled in both gymnasiums together in the year 1991 to that in the year 1994. Ratio of the total number of members enrolled. All right, simple. Now 1994, I believe we have already calculated this value in the last question. 70 plus 150, the value was 220. Okay, now we just need to calculate the number of members for the year 1991. Okay, now 1991 gymnasium A, it is 170, and for gymnasium B, it is 240. Okay, right? So 170 plus 240 is 410. Okay, now we have to find out the ratio of this. So 410 is to 220, right? Is it correct? 240 and 170, 300, 410 and 220. So guys, what is the answer that we are getting? So any problem with this? Oh my God. So I have done it for year 1990. So मुझे 1991 का करना है. Okay. So yes, year 1991, the value is 60 and 60 plus 210. Okay. So 60 plus 210, it is 270. Okay. So the total is 270. So the ratio will be 270 is to 220, and it should be 27 is to 22. So the correct answer will be option E. Yes, correctly given by all of you. Okay. So friends, that was bar graphs. Now let's look at one more type of data in which the questions can come in front of us. Okay, so the next type of data is line graphs. So have a look at it, read it, and then I'll take you towards the question. So question says that study the line graph given below to answer the following questions. The line graph given below shows the number of managers, as you can see at the bottom, number of managers, number of TLs, and the number of freshers. So the data is giving you the number of three type of employees in a company, not in one company, but they have given the data for 5 companies and the company names are A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, so the data is about 5 companies and the number of different type of employees, managers, TLs, and freshers. Okay, right? Now, the good thing here is they have given the value with each and every dot or with each and every number. They have given the numbers as well. All right. So you don't have to read these values from the y-axis. So all the values are in front of you. Okay. So let's have a look at the first question based on it. So question number 5. If the total number of employees in company B and D are 960 and 1050 respectively, then what is the difference between the approximate percentage of their TLs? So TLs की approximate percentage का difference find out करना है in company B and company D. Come on, quickly finish it off. Now you will have to find out the approximate percentages and post your answer. All right, Megadri. Any other answer? Perfect. So since we'll have to mark the approximate answer, so out of these options, we'll mark the closest option to our answer. Okay. Now the total number of employees in B में total number of employees कितने हैं? It is 960 and D the total number of employees are 1050. Okay. Now we will calculate the percentage values or percentage of the number of TLs. Okay. So company B, the number of TLs is 240. Okay. So 240 is what percentage of 960? So what you can do is instead of calculating the percentages by simplifying these, okay, by doing division, what you can do is you can cancel out the common factors and reduce it to simplest fraction. So 240 divided by 960 is 1/4. And remembering the percentage equivalence of fractions will give you or will tell you that 1/4 will be equivalent to 25%. Okay. So for company B, the percentage of TLs is 25%. Similarly, I'll do the same thing for company D. Okay. A company D, the number of TLs is 350. So 350 divided by 1050. This value is 1/3 and 1/3 is approximately 33.33%. Okay. Now we'll have to calculate the difference between these two percentage values. So 25% and 33.33%, the difference between these two values is 8.33%. Okay. So the correct answer should be 8.33. Now since I have to mark an approximate answer, whichever option is nearest to 8.33, that option will become your answer. So the correct answer or the option that you will mark will be option D. Okay, so option D, question number 5. Next question, question number 6. What is the difference between the average number of managers in all the given companies together and the average number of freshers in all the given companies? So you will have to find out the average number of managers, then you will have to find out the average number of freshers, and they are talking about the difference of these two numbers. All right, any answer? So I have written the number of managers and the number of freshers. So how to find out the average? Average is sum divided by the number of terms. Okay. So for number of managers, I'll add all of them. We'll divide it by 5, get the average. For freshers, I'll add all of them. We'll divide it by 5 and then get the average. Now, once I've obtained the two averages, I'll take their difference. Okay. So this is one simple way of doing this question, right? One simple way of doing this question. Now, another way is, after calculating the sum of these two, like the sum of managers and the sum of freshers, what you can do is you can take the difference and then divide it by 5. Okay, so I'm doing it in that manner. So if I'll add for the number of managers, okay, so 330 and 450, 700, 1100, 1500, 1800, then 1900, 50, 2000, 2030. Okay, so I'm getting 2030 as the number of managers. I'll cross check 80 and 150, 230. So 2, 7, 11, 15, 18, 20. Perfect. It is good. Okay, now calculating the total number of freshers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 500, 595, 645, 650, 680. Okay, 680 is total number of freshers. Now, instead of dividing them by 5 separately and then doing the difference, I'll take the difference here. Okay, so 2030 minus 680. I'll calculate this. Okay, so this value comes out to be 650. What is this value coming out to be? Anyone? So anyone? What is this value coming out to be? So you are saying that the answer is 268, right? So I will add them once again. So 125, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 500. Okay, 690. Yes. I forgot this 10. So 690. So this number will be 690. Okay, right? And the difference will be 1340. Okay, so the difference will be 1340. Now I can divide this by 5. So 1340 divided by 5 is 268. All right, so 268 will be the answer. Now, the other way, the first way that I explained was calculate the averages separately. 2030, 2030 divided by 5 minus 690 divided by 5. Okay, so you can separately calculate the average, okay, and then take the difference, or you take the difference and then calculate and then divide it by 5. In both cases, definitely you will get the same answer. Okay, all right. So the correct answer for this question should be option B, that is 268. Now, who all have given the correct answer? Sandeep, Meghaduri, Kasak, Shreyansh, all of you have given the correct answer. Perfect. Okay, so that was question number 6, the last question of this type. Okay, so friends, today we have discussed different type of data sets, the different ways in which the data can be given to us in the questions of data interpretation, especially for the examinations which are non-CAT examinations like Narsi Munji, Symbiosis, Maharashtra CET, ZAT, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, these sessions that we are conducting, once again, I tell you that they will help you in building up the basics, the fundamentals behind the calculations, behind understanding the different data sets, and so on. All right. So friends, that's all from my side for this session. Now, in case you have any question, any general query, any specific thing that you want to ask, I'm here for another few moments. Otherwise, we will call it a day. So in case you want to ask anything, please go ahead and we'll discuss that. Otherwise, we'll call it a day, and I will see you in the next session. So any query if you have. All right. So no queries. So friends, that's all from my side. Thank you very much for being a part of this session. Please do subscribe our channel, like this session, comment, share, and keep watching all these sessions. All right. So thank you very much. Have a nice time. Bye-bye.